What's up, y'all? Impact R, man. Y'all already know. I hope everybody doing well. Hope everybody trying their best to feel good. Hope everybody taking care of themselves out here. You know what I'm saying? I decided to come a little different. I decided to do my video outside. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying nature and shit. You feel me? Today class is about religion. Today is about religion and how it basically all go back to the same truth. You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about three religions, and we're gonna talk about spirituality. So the three religions we're gonna talk about is Buddhism, Hinduism, and Christianity. Alright, so far as we're gonna start with Buddhism, right? So Buddha means enlightened or awakened one, right? Alright, so I'm gonna tell y'all this little story of the Buddha, you know what I'm saying? So it was a boy named Siddhartha, right? So he was born, you know what I'm saying? And his name, Siddhartha, means he who aims is accomplished. So you know what I'm saying? He was born from his the right side of his mother, painlessly, right? So his parents had took him to an old hermit, you know what I'm saying, or like an old teacher, a guru, you know what I'm saying, somebody with a lot of knowledge. So and then the hermit had told them that, you know what I'm saying, he was a chosen one, and that, you know what I'm saying, if he went out and if he found his truth and went out and spoke his truth, he would become a very spiritual and very popular leader, right? So his father didn't want that to happen. So his father never let him see the outside world. He never let him know, that it's a such thing as suffering in the world, and that people was out there getting sick, and people was dying, or any type of suffering, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was just wanting to keep him traditional. So I'm talking about like down to the T, bro. Like, he ain't want him seeing no type of suffering, right? Like, if a rose petal fell, they'll sweep it immediately before he even seen it. You know what I'm saying? Old staff or that was in their palace, or sick staff was taken away. You know what I'm saying? Before he seen them and shit. You know what I'm saying? They basically didn't want no type of suffering to be seen by his eyes. So he didn't start his purpose. Now, eventually he had asked to go outside because, basically all his friends was able to go outside and shit like that. So his father decided to let him go, right? But even before he did that, he made sure all the sick and dead people was removed off the streets and shit like that. So he finally let him go. Plus, he thought he had brainwashed him enough to the point where he wouldn't go start start his mission. Right. Alright, so as Siddhartha, as he explored the world, he ended up running into a sick man, right? He ended up running into a sick man. The man had a cough. And, his servant that was, taking him into, around the world in a little chariot or whatever, he had asked his servant why was he coughing, and why, why was he coughing and shit. And he told him that, he was sick, and that everybody eventually gets sick, and, everybody dies and all that. And then, dude was like, trying to say, don't forget I said that, forget I said that, because he wasn't supposed to tell him that, right? So alright, so when the Buddha found this out, it blew his mind, because he didn't know shit about that, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so then he ended up running into an old man later on, and then he actually ran into a dead man as well. And then he had like a realization, like it fucked him up in the head. He had ended up getting depressed, you know what I'm saying? He ended up getting depressed, basically thinking that everybody he loved will eventually get sick and or eventually die, right? Alright, so then he ended up running into a homeless man sitting under a tree meditating. And he asked him what was he doing. He was like, I'm meditating. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to escape suffering. I'm trying to escape life. Right? Alright, so once the Buddha heard that, he realized that was what he had to do. You feel me? So he told his servant to take him far away. You know what I'm saying? He told his servant to tell his family that he loved them. You know what I'm saying? And he decided to start, trying to find himself. So he had ended up meeting up with a group of friends or people that he newly met, one or the other. And he had started and did a 6-year fast. That shit crazy. He did a 6-year fast, and all he was eating was seeds that fell from the trees that he was under. Now he fasted for 6 years, only doing that, but he didn't really go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really get nowhere on his journey, and I guess because he still had worldly desires. You know what I'm saying? He still had worldly desires and shit. So that was slowing his process down. And when that started to happen, man, hold on, though. Some green bugs on me and shit. All right, so he had realized that the key was something that they called the middle path, which was in between deprivation of something and in between deprivation of something and indulgence of something, right? All right, so now, like I said, basically he was doing that for 6 years. He felt like he ain't getting nowhere, so he ended up breaking his fast, and he ate some rice milk, right? And then basically his friends had disappeared on him because they felt like he was neglecting the journey or giving up on the journey or whatever. All right, so then he ended up going further into the world, and he ended up finding this other tree. And then he said he was gonna sit under this tree until he reached enlightenment, right? So he did. Now I don't know if they mean like he just sat there for 49 days, or if he literally was in meditation for 49 days straight. I don't know. Probably low key was in meditation for 49 days. I don't know, you feel me? It's one of the other. So he reached enlightenment in 49 days. And then he started his teaching and his purpose, or his something that's called dharma, you know what I'm saying, which is your soul purpose and what you're supposed to do in life. Alright, so now what he ended up learning was something called the Four Noble Truths. So the Four Noble Truths is, number one, life is suffering. So no matter what you do in life, you will go through some type of suffering, you know what I'm saying? Number two is that we suffer because of cravings, and because we are attached to temporary things. Now, y'all gotta pay attention. When y'all listen, y'all realize that a lot of these religions are gonna be saying the same thing. All right, so number three is we can escape suffering, you know what I'm saying? And then it's a such thing. It's number four is the fact that you can use this thing called the Noble Eightfold Path. You know what I'm saying? And that helps escape suffering and achieve enlightenment. So, damn, it's gonna rain soon. But alright, so the Noble Eightfold Path is also considered the middle path. So the Noble Eightfold Path. Number one is having a right view or understanding. Now that is knowing that the Four Noble Truths will help you escape suffering. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Then next is having the right intent. You have to know why you are doing things, and if they are done out of the wrong intention, then you will cause yourself suffering or karma. Number three is right speech. So you shouldn't hurt people with your words. You shouldn't deceive people. You shouldn't gossip, right? Then next is right action. Always try to do good action. And then that it's a such thing called the five precepts that fall under that, which is do not harm living creatures. Excuse me. Do not steal. Do not engage in sexual misconduct. Things like adultery and shit. Do not take intoxicating substances, and do not harm people with words or lies. Now, next is of the Noble Eightfold Path is right livelihood. So earn a living in an ethical way, no arms dealing or slave trading. Then next is right effort, which is you should always have an optimistic attitude about your life and always try to be better. Next is right mindfulness. So basically, be present. Whatever it is that you're doing at whatever moment, just focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Next is right concentration, which is kind of the same thing. Be present, be able to focus on one thing. And then by following these paths, you can reach nirvana. And the nirvana definition is a transcendent state in which there is neither suffering, desire, nor sense of self, and the person is released from the effects of karma and the cycle of death and rebirth or reincarnation. So the final goal of Buddhism is to reach nirvana. Right. Alright. Now, they have people called the Bodhisattva, which is basically people who have achieved enlightenment and can step into nirvana, but they delay it to help people awaken. Right. Alright, so next is, that's Buddhism. Next is Hinduism. So, and that's for the range up. Alright, Hinduism. Hinduism is the oldest known religion, actually, and oldest practiced religion. So they have 6 principles. Truth is eternal, and truth is one. And some may seek truth through devotion or knowledge or duty, but they all are seeking the same truth. Okay, so they believe that there is one God, which is called the Brahman, and that is the one world God or soul. And they believe that from this God there are many extensions in the form of many gods and goddesses, such as the Brahman is the creator. Then they have the Vishnu, which is the protector, and then they have Shiva, which is the destroyer, and etc. Damn. My bad, y'all. I had to come in the crib. It was raining and shit. Alright, so the second principle is that they all believe in the 4 books of knowledge, which is called the Vedas. At first, the Vedas weren't written down. They were memorized and what's the word? Experienced through hymns, prayers, and rituals. Alright, so next principle is that they all believe that their job on earth is to find out their dharma or soul purpose and do it. The next one is they believe all souls are immortal, and they believe everyone has something called Atman or Atman, which is connection to the universe and the God inside of us. They believe that your Atman is connected to the Brahman, which is the one world soul. And by finding out about this connection through your Dharma, you also find out about your karma. And all Hindus believe in incarnation. They believe that things that you did in your past life will affect your next life. And then the last one is that they believe in a system called the caste system, which is basically a class system that you're born in based off your karma, and it will also affect your dharma. So they had Brahmins, which was at the top, which is priest. Then they had Kshatriyas, which was the warriors and kings. And then they had Vaishyas, which were the merchants and landowners. And then they had Sudras, which were common people, peasants, and servants. Now, the last one, they don't really include it for real. They call it the untouchables, or, the people that, yeah, like I said, wasn't considered to be in the caste system. And those were street sweepers and latrine, which is basically toilet cleaners, latrine cleaners. Um, yeah. So, uh, all four parts of the system represents a body part of the Brahman. The mouth represents the Brahmins, the arms for the Kshatriyas, the feet represents the Sudras, and the legs represent the Vaishyas. They believe that finding your eternal truth will help you reach something called moksha, which is the freedom from life and death, and freedom from suffering and from the life of earth. And to be it is also to be connected with the one world God eternally. They believe in sacred rivers, and they cleanse their souls in them. They believe in offerings to the gods or gods and goddesses and fire altars, and they believe in having temples and prayer altars in one's home, my bad. They also believe in sages, which are people who are born with this eternal truth and are meant to teach others about it. All right. So next is Christianity. Christianity believe that it's only one God. They believe that Jesus is God in human form and he is his son. They believe in the Bible. They believe in baptism, which is for them is cleansing one's soul and repenting. They believe in sins and abominations. They believe that believing in Jesus, they believe that believing in Jesus as their Lord and Savior, they are saved. They believe in heaven and hell and the devil. And they believe that heaven is where you reside with God eternally, and hell is where you reside with the devil eternally. They believe that Jesus was a healer. And then they believe in the Ten Commandments, which is that there is only one God and should be no other gods before him. You shouldn't say God's name in vain. You should acknowledge and keep the Sabbath day. Honor your mother and father. Don't kill. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. And don't covet or yearn to have your neighbor's wife. All right. So spiritual people, we believe that God is source. You know what I'm saying? We believe that God is the perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy, and it's cosmic energy. You dig? We believe that we are extensions of God and the universe in human form. We believe that we are all one and mirrors of one another. We believe in reincarnation as well. We believe in dharma as well and karma. And we believe that it can be cleared so you don't have to keep coming back. We believe in angels and ascended masters, spirit guides, higher self, and we believe in the ego as well, which is, basically the devil. So the term ascended masters, so to us, like the Buddha and the Hindu gods and Jesus, they are ascended masters. You know what I'm saying? That may not be what you believe, but that is what we believe. They are ascended masters. They are not people who started the religion, or what I'm saying, nothing like that. They are pioneers. They are people who reached enlightenment already. Now, you know, around their time, to ascend and to reach enlightenment, you had to pass on to reach heaven or reach nirvana or whatever, the term that they use. You had to actually pass on to reach that realm. But now you can reach enlightenment and reach heaven without dying. Now this is the first time ever that you can do that. So they are ascended masters in our view. You know what I'm saying? They just they are people who watch from that realm, but and you know what I'm saying, and watch over the chosen ones and shit. But they are pioneers. Like they are people who already reached what we're trying to reach and what we're trying to teach y'all how to reach. I mean, yeah, to reach. All right, we believe in meditation and crystals. We believe in heaven and hell, but we believe it as a state of consciousness, not necessarily a place. But it can, you know, of course, it will become a place because, or it can become a place because you create your reality. Um, so we believe that chosen ones are old souls, and we are, you know, people that master life, but we came back to, you know, teach the lost souls and the new souls on earth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like technically we did this already, you know what I'm saying? But like I said in my last video, like we chose to come back and to help y'all, you know what I'm saying? Um, we could have stayed in the spiritual realm and helped that way and help other chosen ones, but we chose to come back to earth and do it. Um, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, yeah. We believe that the first, damn, I already said that. We believe that it is a such thing as suffering as well, and that it has to do with not being present and not knowing your power and having worldly desires. We also believe that there is a way out of that as well, which is learning how to get up out of unconsciousness and live by love and peace, forgiveness, and understanding. We believe that we are multidimensional. We believe in duality, which is basically saying that everything that exists has an opposite. You feel what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So, and then we also believe in balance, which is not too much of this, not too much of that, and we believe that balance is a key. And that basically goes back to, you know, like I said, the little middle path that Buddhism has. So yeah, that was class today, just to, you know, touch on different religions and how, you know, I mean, some of them it may seem a little different, but they kind of still, for the most part, they go all back to the same truth. Now me personally, I say all, you know what I'm saying, they all go back to spirituality. But if you somebody who want to say they all go back to Christianity, or they all go back to Hinduism or Buddhism, you know, that's cool, do you. But me personally, I feel like it all goes back to spirituality. Or you ain't even gotta say that, it just all go back to one truth, you know, the same truth. You know what I'm saying? So that was class today. I decided to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all tap in. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I love y'all.